Hi, I'm Matt Zimmerman, and these are my thoughts on the case study. Um, First, introduce the primary players. They are Dr. Stephen Forbes and Miss Walker. Dr. Forbes is principal at Roosevelt High and has been for 9 years. He's a well-respected principal. It was noted that he recommends only highly qualified teacher applicants. He has been principal of the year. But he has received complaints involving Miss Walker's class and her rigorous expectations. The other player is Miss Walker. She has been teaching at the school for the last 2 years. She teaches specialized science courses. She seems to take a very serious approach to her instructional delivery and have very high expectations for her students. The situation is that Miss Walker has received an email telling her to view a website, and when she visited the website, she discovered there were derogatory comments made about her, along with a statement that she perceived as a threat on her life. The statement was, "Who wants Miss Walker to disappear?" She immediately called her principal and reported the incident. Dr. Forbes viewed the website along with the email and asked Miss Walker if she had any student incidents in classes recently. Miss Walker identified a particular student named Randy Franks as being disruptive and problematic in her class, and Dr. Forbes planned to make copies of the website and the email and to talk with Randy. What I need to know about the situation is whether the email was sent from a website that was created from a school computer, or if either the email or the website was created during the school day, and does the website violate the school internet use policy. Also, whether the website creates a disregard for authority, being Miss Walker, and whether it is really a threat or a prank. Also, has the school created the policy and shared the policy regarding internet use with the students? Regarding problem identification, a person or group of people, possibly students, has created a website that addressed the teacher in a manner that contained vulgar language and that has been perceived by the teacher as a veiled threat. Miss Walker, I also know, needs to improve her relationship with students in her class and increase classroom positive supports for students. I believe she needs to build relationships with students and their parents. As far as a plan of action, the first thing I will do is inform my supervisor of the situation and share with him or her my plan of action. I will ask for feedback and suggestions in regard to my plan. Next, I will ask the school technology director to look into whether or not the website and the email were created on a school computer or during the school day. While I'm waiting for the above information, I will conduct student interviews, beginning with the student identified as disruptive by Miss Walker. His name is Randy Franks. I will conduct the interviews in a way that is not accusatory, but merely seeking information. During this interview process, I will document all information I am given from students. In the documentation, I will include hard copies of the website and the email that Miss Walker received. I will also call a faculty meeting regarding the school's computer internet use policy, and in this meeting I will briefly inform staff of the incident, but in a way that protects confidentiality, and ask them to report any information they have to me immediately. I want to go over the school's computer internet use policy with students to avoid future internet incidents. In the assembly with the students, I will include information on cyberbullying. I want to inform Ms. Walker that if she believes the website contained a threat, that her life may be in danger, she needs to report it to the local police department. As far as the second problem, I want to talk with Ms. Walker about how to improve her relationship with students. I'll suggest that she support them in the classroom in a way that, at least it appears, some of the students feel is currently lacking. I will encourage her to get to know them outside of the classroom and have conversations with them. I want to observe some of her classes so I can give her positive feedback and offer suggestions on improvements that may be needed. I want to continue to perform classroom walkthroughs in Miss Walker's classroom to watch for improvements and increase positive interactions between her and the students. Um, I also want to look for some professional development opportunities for her that would allow her to learn additional classroom management techniques and relationship building activities. Primary, of course, is what is best for the students, and I'll conduct an investigation into the source of the email and the website in a fair and ethical manner. I will act only on factual information, not allow any preconceived notions to influence my decisions. This should help maintain the positive relationships I already have with the staff, the students, and the parents. I will make sure I follow school policy, and that my supervisor is made aware of decisions that I make regarding the investigation and the consequences that may or may not be forthcoming. Also in this regard, school faculty and I will adjust the school's internet use policy to address issues like this one and prevent future occurrences like this. This should help students because a safe learning environment helps students understand the consequences of cyberbullying. Once the school's internet use policy is in place and approved, then students will be made aware of the policy. This is best for students because they will know what's expected of them when using school computers and the internet. Providing these expectations should help guide students toward more positive actions. I will also encourage Ms. Walker to build a positive relationship with her students. This is best for students because it prevents problematic behaviors in the classroom. I will observe Ms. Walker's classroom frequently. This is best for students because I'll know whether or not Ms. Walker is implementing the strategies I've suggested and that she has learned through professional development. It will also increase positive interactions in the classroom and reduce stress that students have had in the past. As far as what I was thinking, my first thought was whether or not the school had an internet use policy that addresses the issue. If not, then one needs to be established and maintained to prevent future issues like this one. Another thought I had was that I need to be very thorough in my investigation so that I protect the relationship between the school, the parents, and the students. I need to be sure I only act on facts and have complete documentation backing up all actions taken in order to protect the decision-making process and the school climate. I was also thinking that if I have already given Ms. Walker some specific techniques to use in her classroom, what about her classroom is making her unsuccessful at implementing them? I wondered why Ms. Walker's students are experiencing a high level of stress as a result of her class. Could it be because of her teaching style, or if Ms. Walker's strategies and teaching style appear completely appropriate, it could be that there are students in her classroom who may be accustomed to less stringent expectations and guidelines. The first thing I was feeling was a need for reassurance. I wanted to be sure I was keeping my superior informed of all the information and decisions being made. This will help us all stay on the same page and give me some guidance when needed. Another feeling I had was frustration. I had given Ms. Walker techniques to improve her classroom. She failed to implement the strategies. But another frustration I had was self-directed. Perhaps if I had been more proactive and involved with helping Ms. Walker improve her classroom dynamics, this website might never have been created and she wouldn't now be feeling threatened. My values include these. The thing I valued most highly was the success of my current students. This is evident in that I ensured that the investigation of this issue was fair to all concerned and that my approach was professional and ethical. Secondly, it's important to the future of our school that we establish a school culture of integrity among students and staff by implementing a clear policy regarding school internet use. And finally, I value promoting a positive school environment as seen by my efforts to instill within my staff a workable understanding of effective classroom management. What has yet to be decided, although I believe the matter was investigated as comprehensively as possible, include issues of student freedom of expression, our teachers' commitment to best practice, and technological advances that could mitigate circumstances such as this for future events. Regarding Standard 5, I believe I demonstrated a sense of integrity and ethical behavior by conducting a thorough, fair investigation before I acted on mere suspicion, gathering all documentation and evidence, valuing and addressing Ms. Walker's concerns, and maintaining student needs for success, and finally meeting with school staff to develop and improve the school's internet use policy to address similar issues that may occur in the future. I also treated people fairly, equitably, and with dignity and respect by conducting interviews of staff and students in a non-accusatory manner that is merely information seeking and kept confidential. I have intended to validate Ms. Walker's concerns, and I have offered opportunities for Ms. Walker to improve her classroom management and classroom dynamics to help her students be more successful and to encourage a more positive classroom environment. I have demonstrated a personal and professional code of ethics by maintaining confidentiality of all the information presented in this issue, by following my supervisor's instructions and keeping them informed of all information and actions taken. I've also abided by the law in regard to student and teacher rights, and I have promoted student success by providing strategies and opportunities for Ms. Walker to improve classroom dynamics. Thank you for your time.